Remember when grocery shopping was an event you dressed up for? We're taking you back to a time when supermarkets were more than just places to grab essentials. Number 1. Spam. Ever wonder how a simple can of meat became a cultural icon? Spam's journey from military rations to American dinner tables was nothing short of revolutionary. This humble canned meat didn't just fill stomachs. It reshaped how we thought about convenience and cooking. During and after World War II, Spam evolved from a necessity to a household staple. Its long shelf life and no refrigeration-needed convenience made it a go-to for families across America. But Spam's true moment in the spotlight came in the 1960s when it transformed from a main dish into a versatile ingredient. Suddenly, Spam wasn't just for sandwiches anymore. It found its way into casseroles, salads, and even quirky recipes like Spam upside-down pie. This adaptability showcased Spam's unique role in American cuisine, bridging the gap between wartime rationing and the dawn of convenience foods. Spam's popularity wasn't just about taste or convenience. It represented a shift in how Americans approached cooking and meal planning. With a can of Spam in the pantry, dinner was always just minutes away. This idea of instant meals paved the way for future convenience foods that would dominate grocery store shelves. But Spam's story doesn't end in the 1960s. In 2009, Hormel Foods gave Spam a modern makeover by adding potato starch to the recipe. This tweak enhanced its appearance and kept it relevant in today's cooking landscape, proving that even cultural icons can adapt with the times. Number 2. Kroger enhances a Detroit supermarket. Just as Spam was evolving, so too was the very concept of grocery shopping. Imagine a time when picking up milk meant a trip to the dairy, meat to the butcher, and bread to the baker. Now picture all of that, plus a whole lot more, in one convenient location. This wasn't just a dream, it became a reality in 1958, thanks to one forward-thinking supermarket chain. Enter Kroger, the grocery giant that was about to change the game forever. In a bold move, they introduced the Continental Counter concept in a Detroit supermarket, transforming the humble grocery store into a one-stop shopping destination. Suddenly, your weekly grocery run could include picking up freshly baked bread, grabbing a rotisserie chicken for dinner, and even getting your dry cleaning done, all under one roof. The Continental Counter wasn't just about convenience. It was a revolution in customer service. Kroger's new concept included a service deli, an in-store bakery, and even a barbecue shop. Can you imagine the mouth-watering aromas wafting through the aisles? It was like a food court before food courts were even a thing. This innovative approach wasn't just about making shopping easier. It reflected a significant shift in what customers wanted and expected from their local grocery store. No longer content with just stocking up on canned goods and produce, shoppers were looking for a more comprehensive experience. And Kroger delivered, big time. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Number 3. Hostess Twinkies. While Kroger revolutionized grocery shopping, another American icon was quietly dominating lunchboxes across the nation. What snack cake became so legendary it was rumored to survive nuclear war? Enter the Hostess Twinkie, a golden sponge cake with a creamy filling that's been a staple of American snacking since 1933. The story of the Twinkie began with James A. Dewar, a baker at the Continental Baking Company. Noticing idle machines during strawberry season, Dewar had a brilliant idea. Why not create a cream-filled snack cake? Initially, Twinkies were filled with banana cream, but World War II banana rationing led to a switch to vanilla filling, a change that stuck. By the 1950s and 60s, Twinkies had become more than just a snack. They were a cultural phenomenon, finding their way into countless lunchboxes and after-school snack times. Their popularity soared with sponsorships on shows like Howdy Doody, cementing their place in the hearts and stomachs of baby boomers across America. But Twinkies weren't just popular, they were infamous. Urban legends about their supposed indestructibility began to circulate. Some claimed Twinkies could last for decades, leading to their stockpiling in Cold War bomb shelters. While these tales were greatly exaggerated, they speak to the Twinkies' larger-than-life status in American culture. How big did Twinkies get? Well, when President Bill Clinton was putting together a time capsule in the 1960s, guess what made the cut? That's right, a Twinkie. Talk about a presidential seal of approval. Number 4. Little Debbie becomes an instant hit at stores. As Twinkies secured their place in history, a new contender was rising in the world of packaged snacks. How did a humble oatmeal cookie sandwich become a lunchbox staple and spark a family snack revolution? The answer might surprise you and make you crave a trip down memory lane. Enter Little Debbie's oatmeal cream pies, introduced in 1960. These sweet treats quickly captured the hearts and taste buds of Americans, selling an astonishing 14 million cakes in just 10 months. At only 49 cents per carton, they were an affordable indulgence that families couldn't resist. But what made these treats so special? It wasn't just the price. The McKee family, creators of Little Debbie snacks, perfected a softer oatmeal cookie recipe filled with fluffy cream. This innovation in snack foods set them apart in a competitive market. The success of oatmeal cream pies was more than just a flash in the pan. Little Debbie snacks went on to capture about a third of the snack cake market during their peak. This wasn't just a new product, it was a cultural shift in how Americans snacked. Remember seeing that smiling girl on the box? That's Debbie McKee Fowler, daughter of company founder O.D. McKee. This personal touch in branding helped Little Debbie become a household name, appealing to families across the nation. Number 5. Vintage green stamps from the store. While families were stocking up on bulk snacks, another grocery store phenomenon was turning shopping into a rewarding game. What if every purchase could lead to exciting prizes? For millions of Americans, this wasn't just a dream, it was a green-tinted reality that changed how they shopped. Enter S&H Green Stamps, a loyalty program that transformed the way people thought about grocery shopping. Imagine this. With every purchase, you'd receive little green stamps. These weren't just any stamps. They were a shopper's currency, redeemable for a wide array of rewards from a special catalog. At the height of their popularity in the 1970s, S&H Green Stamps had an astounding 20 million collectors. It was like coupons on steroids, providing a tangible incentive for shoppers to frequent certain stores and spend more. The program was particularly appealing to women, who were often the primary shoppers for their households. Collecting these stamps became a family affair. Kids would eagerly help their parents paste the stamps into books, turning a routine chore into an exciting activity. It created a sense of community around shopping, with families working together towards their chosen rewards. The impact of S&H Green Stamps on shopping behavior was significant. Many consumers became fiercely loyal to stores that offered the stamps, driving competition among retailers. It wasn't uncommon for shoppers to choose one store over another based solely on the availability of green stamps. The program's influence extended beyond the grocery aisles. S&H Green Stamps even made their way into popular culture, featuring in an episode of The Brady Bunch. This integration into everyday life highlighted just how deeply the program had embedded itself in American consumer culture. Number 6. Mrs. Dash. As green stamps faded from grocery aisles, a new phenomenon was taking root in American kitchens. Picture this: a single bottle replacing your entire spice rack, packed with flavor, but free from salt. Sound too good to be true? For many in the 1980s, it became a delicious reality. Enter Mrs. Dash, the game-changing spice blend that revolutionized how America seasoned its food. Introduced by Alberto Culver, this salt-free alternative quickly became a staple in kitchens across the nation. But what made Mrs. Dash so special? It wasn't just one or two spices. This powerhouse blend combined about 14 different herbs and spices, offering a burst of flavor without the need for salt. The timing couldn't have been better. As health concerns about sodium intake grew, Mrs. Dash offered a tasty solution. Suddenly, home cooks could add excitement to their dishes without worrying about their salt consumption. It was like having a secret weapon for healthy eating right in your spice cabinet. Mrs. Dash didn't just change recipes, it changed how we thought about cooking. With its convenient blend, there was no need to buy and store multiple spice bottles. The packaging was even designed to fit perfectly in standard spice racks, making it an easy addition to any kitchen. Number 7. Shoppers dressed to impress. Speaking of changes in American attitudes, let's rewind to an era when even a quick trip to the grocery store was a chance to strut your stuff. Can you picture your grandma donning her best hat and gloves just to pick up a gallon of milk? It might sound far-fetched, but it was once the norm. In the 20th century, grocery shopping wasn't just about restocking the pantry, it was a social event. Women would often dress to the nines, complete with fancy dresses, stylish hats, and elegant gloves. This wasn't just about looking good, it was a reflection of societal expectations and social status. Imagine walking into a supermarket and seeing aisles filled with shoppers who looked like they were headed to a fancy luncheon. The clacking of high heels on linoleum floors and the rustle of crisp dresses were as common as the beep of today's scanners. For many, this effort to dress up wasn't a chore. It was a chance to showcase their style and feel their best. But why all the fuss over a simple errand? Back then, appearance was everything. Dressing well for grocery shopping was part of a broader cultural norm where people put their best foot forward in public, no matter the occasion. It wasn't just about the clothes, it was about the whole package. Women would often wear girdles, stockings, and perfectly coiffed hairstyles, a far cry from today's yoga pants and messy buns. This focus on fashion during everyday tasks might seem quaint or even absurd to us now, but it speaks to a time when leaving the house was an event in itself, and personal presentation was a form of respect, both for oneself and for others. Number 8. Stores tried to appeal to kids. While adults focused on looking their best, stores had another trick up their sleeve. Ever wonder why your grandparents reminisce about grocery shopping as a family affair? The answer lies in a clever strategy that turned mundane shopping into an adventure for all ages. In the 1960s and 70s, grocery stores underwent a transformation that would change the shopping experience for generations. They began catering to children, recognizing that happy kids meant happy parents, and potentially bigger sales. Imagine pushing a cart with a built-in child seat, allowing your little one to ride along comfortably as you navigated the aisles. Stores like D'Agostino Brothers in Manhattan pioneered these innovative carts, making grocery shopping a more enjoyable experience for families. But the kid-friendly features didn't stop there. Some supermarkets, like Piggly Wiggly, took it a step further by creating dedicated spaces for children. Picture a TV and magazine room where kids could be entertained while parents shopped. Suddenly, grocery shopping wasn't just a chore, it was a family outing that everyone could look forward to. These child-friendly features did more than just keep kids occupied. They transformed the entire shopping experience, fostering a sense of community as parents socialized while their children played. The grocery store became a hub of family interaction, a far cry from the often rushed and solitary experience it can be today. During this era, stores recognized that appealing to children could significantly influence what ended up in the shopping cart. Colorful displays and interactive elements became common, designed to catch the eye of young shoppers and spark their interest in various products. This shift in store design reflected a broader change in how families approached shopping and mealtime decisions. Number 9. Cereals. As stores transformed to catch kids' eyes, another aisle was quietly exploding with color and cartoon characters. What turned the most important meal of the day into the sweetest? The answer lies in a cereal revolution that defined a generation's breakfast memories. The 1950s marked a significant shift in American breakfast habits, with sugary cereals taking center stage. Brands like Frosted Flakes and Cocoa Puffs burst onto the scene, transforming the once simple morning meal into a carnival of flavors. These cereals weren't just food, They were a cultural phenomenon that shaped how families started their day. Remember when cereal boxes became the most exciting reading material at the breakfast table? The rise of sugary cereals brought with it a whole new world of marketing strategies. Suddenly, breakfast wasn't just about nutrition. It was about fun, adventure, and cartoon mascots. In 1957, the introduction of clowns as cereal mascots kicked off a trend that would captivate kids for decades. The cereal aisle became a battleground of bright colors and catchy names. Sugar Pops, Sugar Smacks, and Sugar Frosted Flakes competed for attention, each promising a sweeter start to the day. These weren't just cereals. They were morning desserts masquerading as breakfast, and America couldn't get enough. Number 10. Tang. While kids were diving into cereal boxes for toys, another breakfast staple was about to blast off into history. Ever wonder how a simple orange drink became the toast of the space age? The answer lies in a cosmic twist of fate that changed American breakfasts forever. Enter Tang, the powdered orange drink that would soon become synonymous with space exploration. Developed by General Foods Corporation in 1957, Tang wasn't initially created with astronauts in mind. It was just another instant drink mix hitting the market in 1959, facing slow sales and an uncertain future. But Tang's fortunes changed dramatically in 1962 when it was used on John Glenn's Mercury flight. Suddenly, this humble orange powder was rubbing shoulders with the stars, literally. NASA's choice to include Tang on space missions, particularly during the Gemini program, catapulted it from obscurity to a household name. The connection between Tang and space exploration captured the public's imagination. Here was a drink that astronauts were sipping in zero gravity, and now you could have it right in your own kitchen. It wasn't just a drink anymore. It was a taste of the future, a way for everyday Americans to feel connected to the space race.